Hello artists! Welcome to our last installment of Christmas Art with Miss Patterson. Today I thought it would be fun to draw a character from one of my favorite holiday movies, Elf. So today we are going to be learning how to draw my good friend Buddy the Elf. So you need to go grab a piece of paper, something to draw with, and something to color with, and meet me back here in just a little bit.
All right, artists. So we are going to be drawing Buddy the Elf. So, are you ready? Let's go. Now, if you hear any random jingle bell sounds, that's because I'm wearing my crazy Christmas sweater that has jingle bells on it. So every time I move, it makes a noise. So sorry about that in advance. Let's start by drawing Buddy's eyes. So I'm going to start in the middle of the page, and I'm going to draw his eyes. Now we don't want to make him super small because we want him to be the focus of our page or our picture. So just like I always like to do, I like to make my characters' eyes big and kind of cute, like they sparkle. So my eye was a little bit smaller on the side, so I'm trying to fix it. I'm going to turn that into a beautiful oops. Alright, so I'm going to make my circle in the top right corner, a medium-sized circle. And then in the bottom, diagonally from that, I'm going to do a smaller circle. Alright, now I'm going to take my black marker and I'm going to color that in. Alright, so now I'm going to give Buddy a nose. So in between his eyes, I'm just going to do a cute little button nose. I'm going to make it by making a sideways letter C. Okay. And then for his mouth, I want Buddy to be really excited. And in fact, I think I'm going to add a caption that says, "It's Santa! I know him!" So I want his mouth open and happy. So underneath his nose, I'm going to draw a slight diagonal line. Just like that. I know. Right now, you're like, Miss Patterson, that does not look like a happy face, but it will, I promise. Now, starting at the left corner of that diagonal line, I'm going to draw an upside down rainbow line, but not all the way to the end. That's because I want to give this kind of a look like he's got a little crooked smile. So I'm going to add just a little cheek mark there. All right, now let's make it look like we can see his tongue. So I'm going to do a curved line halfway, and then I'm going to finish it on the other side. Okay? Now his mouth is open, so we'll color his tongue red later. But this part right here, I'm going to use my marker, and I'm going to go ahead and color that black, kind of like I did with my eyes. Alright, so there's Buddy's face. So now let's go ahead and draw the rest of his face. So I'm going to start up by his eyes, and I'm going to draw a letter U going around his face. Okay? Alright, now I want those to go up just a little bit higher, because next we are going to do his hat. Okay, so for the top of his hat, I'm going to draw a curve, just a slight curved line from one side of his head to the other. Okay. Now Buddy has curly hair, so I'm going to go ahead and, starting at one side, I'm just going to make some curved lines to look like Buddy's crazy curly hair. Okay. I'm going to draw some ears for Buddy on each side. Now Buddy is human, so he doesn't have the pointy elf ears. Instead, he has human ears. And then we're going to give him some curly hair going around his ears. So starting at the bottom of his hat, I'm going to make some curly hair that comes down around his ears. Awesome. Alright, now let's make Buddy's hat. Buddy has a pointy hat that points up like a triangle. So I'm going to make a point right up top where I want my sides to meet. So I'm going to draw a diagonal line that curves just a little bit to the side of his head. Okay, I'm going to do another one here. Good job. Alright, and then Buddy has a yellow ribbon going across his hat. So I'm going to do because it's green, then the yellow ribbon, then green. So I'm going to do a little line, and then I'm going to do the yellow ribbon on top. So this part will be green, and then this will be yellow, and this will be red. Then he has a red feather coming out of the side. So I'm going to do a line going up. And then for his feather, I'm just going to bring a curved line connecting down to his hat. Just like that. Awesome. So far, so good. All right, now let's do Buddy's clothes. Okay, so I'm going to do his jacket. So I'm going to start under his chin, but not super far in because we want to add a collar. So I'm just going to do a curved diagonal line going down for his coat. Okay. I'm going to make it go a little extra long because Buddy has a long coat that reaches almost to his knees in the back. Okay, and then I'm going to start and I'm going to draw a line down the middle to about here. So I'm going to go straight down, and then I'm going to curve these lines up to each side. So that's the basis of his coat. Now let's give him a little collar. So he has a round, kind of like Peter Pan collar. So I'm going to do an upside down rainbow line from that center line to the corner. Okay. Alrighty. Now let's do his sleeves. Let's make Buddy look like his arms are going on akimbo, you know, like his arms are on his waist. Well, you know what I didn't think to do? Let's draw Buddy a belt. So I'm going to add a little belt buckle. And I know there's a line going through it, but that's okay. We'll just call that a beautiful oops. And then his belt goes across here. So 2 lines going to the left or the right, and 2 lines going to the left. All right, there's Buddy's belt. Well, I'm digging this. Okay, and let's see. So I want to do his hands first because I'm thinking that might be easiest. So I'm going to do an oval for his hand just below each belt. Okay, so I'm going to start with the inside of his arm. So I'm going to go out and down. Okay, and Buddy, he has a cuff. So before I draw my other side, I'm going to draw the cuff for his sleeve. So I'm going to do kind of like a rounded rectangle. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to do the inside of his arm, just like that, and then I'm going to do the cuff of his sleeve. Now I'll be able to connect. I'm going to go out and down. So there's one arm on the left, out and back here, and the other arm. All right. I like it. All right, so all we have left to do is Buddy's legs. So his coat comes out wider than his legs, so I'm going to start his legs here, and I'm just going to draw straight lines going down and just curving a little bit. And then we're just going to do his legs there, and then we'll connect them here and there. All right, and then for his shoes, Buddy's shoes kind of curl up. So for his shoes, I'm going to do a spiral line coming there, and then I'm just going to come back, and I think I'm just going to draw him kind of off of the page. He does have really big feet because, you know, he's like a 6'4" tall human. All right, so there's one shoe. Let's see if I can make the other side look as good. So I'm going to go out and curl, and then I'm going to curl back to the edge of my paper. And there we go. We have Buddy the elf. I think he looks pretty awesome. So now all I need to do is color him. So I'm going to grab my markers, and I'll see you in just a bit.
artist, I can't wait to see how you colored Buddy the elf. In Buddy's costume, he has these little details of this yellow pattern on his jacket. So I just did that by drawing like a little squiggly yellow line first and then coloring green around it. I think he turned out really great. Thanks so much, artist. This Friday is our last day before our holidays for the winter. So I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I'll see you next year. Bye, artists.